You alright, Vinny? You alright, mate? Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to jasonnewland.com. This is Let Me Bore You to Sleep, and my name is Jason Newland. Hello, hello. And relax. So, let's have a look. Just reading something here. Oh, okay. It's really, you know how the headlines of newspapers. So it says here, ITV star John Bishop, so TV star, ITV star John Bishop quits his own chat show after just 2 series as he shares devastating reason behind shock move. He shares devastating reason behind the shock news or the shock move. So I clicked on it. I'm just, he's a comedian and it's, I'm just interested what's going on, just out of interest. Nothing really more than that. Why is the screen's going up? The screen is literally becoming larger for no reason. Not the actual screen, I'm talking about the thing. Let's find out why. The reason John Bishop, 58, has admitted that there's no space for him in the chat show market anymore and has branded it congested, thanks to people like Jonathan Ross and Graham Norton, who are really brilliant at what they do. We just don't need another chat show. Let's look at the headlines again. Okay. So he's basically decided not to do another chat show because he doesn't feel he can compete with the 2 main people that do chat shows. Or 2 of the main people that do chat shows, who are a lot more famous and have been around a lot longer than he has. And I guess are more popular. But the headline, ITV star quits his own chat show after just 2 series as he shares devastating reason behind shock move. That's the Sun. Okay, that's the Sun newspaper. It's like, really? I mean, is devastating the correct word? I'm not sure. Okay, anyway, please only listen when you can safely close your eyes. Or itchy ears. I've got a few sorries to say. Where is it? I have to apologise to the following people. I feel like one of those celebrities just coming on like, I messed up, I'm sorry. It's not quite that deep, but oh, where is it? Okay, first of all, I like to say apologise to Michelle. Secondly, apologise to Aska. Thirdly, apologise to Cynthia. And fourthly, apologise to Cynthia again. Okay, wrong one. Fourthly, apologise to Hillary. And lastly, apologise to me, Jason. This is all to do with the subscription membership for my website, because I also joined. I gave myself a refund. So I've cancelled 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's 4 people signed up, plus me. I've cancelled the subscriptions and I've refunded the money. So it was £10 for each person. They paid for the whole year ahead. So apologies to those 4 people and anyone else that was going to sign up or whatever. I think did I talk about this yesterday? I probably did. But I was still working on it. I was still working on it yesterday, still trying to figure a way around it. How can I fix it? Can I fix it? Is it possible to fix it? And in the end, I just had to let it go. I couldn't figure a way around it. I spent hours and hours upon hours upon hours researched, just like, I think it comes down to either two things. Either my complete incompetence, which is possible, and maybe the membership section of the website that I use just not working properly. I think it might be a combination. I think the membership is a new thing that they're offering, and it really caused a lot of problems. I say a lot of problems, but I was redoing it, kept redoing it, trying to figure out, and I thought it was all working fine, because it was working my end. But then when I tried to I went into incognito, you know, when you go online with a hidden page. So I did that. You can just do that with Google. I think it's called incognito. Is it incognito? No, new in private window. Okay. I think it used to be called incognito. So, and it wasn't working. And then I got it to work, but it wasn't working the other end. And then I subscribed myself, which is probably what I should have done just at the very beginning, and it didn't work. Yeah, so it was just annoying. I've refunded. I don't know. I just, all I can do is apologise. I'm super sorry, and I'd like to say it will never happen again, but maybe 10 years time I'll give it another go. I don't know. I saw this as a chance to escape, maybe a chance to move, to progress somehow in my life. And just, you know, I spent a good couple of weeks working on this, try and get it all sorted and putting podcasts together, and just, you know, there's a lot involved in it. In it. But hey, it didn't quite work out. On a nicer note, I've sent messages, personal message to each of those people, by the way, just so you know. What have I done? I got another message. Okay, important warning from Meta. They're going to get rid of my videos. Yeah, I know. I need to sort them out, but I'm just not sure. Why does it keep cutting? Oh, I know what it is. It's because I'm in the Jason Newland hypnotist as opposed to just Jason Newland page. So right. God, there's this person on Facebook. December, and she's posting, like, she's really posting about her ex-boyfriend. And it doesn't seem, to me it doesn't make sense what's being written. And really, she's on a course to something. I don't know, really. But I just, suddenly Facebook is showing me all these posts of people that I don't even know who they are. I don't know who she is or he is. Maybe I do. Maybe it might be one of my best friends. Can't remember. So yeah, stuff's still going on around here. Stuff's still happening. 200. I tell you, this is weird. Okay, I'll talk about this. So say Alicia joined the group. So that was nice. I posted about having a problem with the website, and anyway, I sorted it out in the end, as I said. But there's another message from Jackie. Sorry you've been having a hard time with it, but it's good to see some new Let Me Boy to Sleep uploads. Been missing you. Oh, thank you. It's very kind of you. Yeah, I guess I'm kind of back. I never went anywhere. I mean, I did do a recording on Monday. Really, I mean, I know it's one of those weird things. It seems like ages to me, even though it's not ages. Not really, because I suppose just because I'm used to, I normally do lots and lots and lots of recordings. Whether it's the Let Me Bore You to Sleep, or it's the Deep Sleep Whisper, or whatever. And I suppose that when I kind of stopped doing that, it's noticeable. Very noticeable. My internet's not working properly. How strange. So yeah, so what I've done is the internet's playing up. Why? Why is it doing that? I had a message from Susan. Where is it? I saw it on my phone. I can't find it here now. Where's it gone? Oh, it's under the any questions for tomorrow's Q&A Friday. By the way, if anyone wants to, if you want to leave me a message, a comment or a nice message, I think you can just write it in. Are you not able to just write it in the post? I think you are. You don't have to put it. You can just put it as a major post if you want. I think. Susan says, "Hi, Jason. Surgery went really well. 1 hour was walking around. 2 hours later, surgery. Around 2 hours. Surgery was Friday. Home Saturday after lunch. Podcast was great. A great success. I'm really chilled. Thank you. It was really great. You hit the nail on the head. And I'm rested now after my lunch. Really chilled. Thank you so much. Regards, Sue. Thank you again for the relaxation at the end of the podcast. Is absolutely great. I can't remember what I did. Did I do relaxation? I don't remember what I do from. As soon as I've done a recording, I don't even know what I talked about at the beginning of this one. But I'm really pleased it helped Susan some. I'm glad. For those who don't know, Susan had a leg replaced on Friday, so it was yesterday, Saturday today. I guess you might be ahead of us then. I don't know what part of the world you're in. Don't know. I can't see. So I guess if you're in Australia, you might be ahead time-wise, or in America. America's behind us time-wise. Yeah, it is. Is it? No, it's not. America's ahead. Yeah, because boxing that starts around 7 o'clock in the evening doesn't start till about 1 o'clock. So it's about 6 hours ahead in parts of America. So it's Saturday 2:30. So you could have 2, 3. So you could have got out of hospital at like 8:30 this morning, or 7. So I guess, yeah, unless you're in somewhere like New Zealand, where there's about three days ahead or 3 days behind or something. It's a long journey. New Zealand's a huge journey. Australia, I mean, New Zealand's further, a longer journey than Australia. I think those, like, I know people, it's not the same area, but it's in the same area. You know, once you've travelled for like 16 days on a plane, another 2 days doesn't really, it's in that ballpark, isn't it? Time-wise, travel-wise, in a sense, you know what I mean? It's like, I'm going to go to, if you go to Texas or you go to Mexico, it's, it's not the same place, but it's in the same area, isn't it? Hey. I don't know, is it? No, Mexico like right on the border of Texas. I might be wrong. I don't live there. I don't know. Stop hassling me. So yeah, well done, Susan. I'm glad that it's all gone to groovy. Gone groovy. I know 3 people that have had that procedure done that live around here. It's amazing how quickly they're back getting on with things, getting back doing stuff. It's like, wow. And so much of it is to do with, seems to be do with how you think as well, how expecting to recover fully, and almost looking forward to the operation, knowing that after the op you have more mobility, more comfort in that part of your body. That, that's kind of quite a positive way to, but not falsely. It's loud, isn't it? Not falsely positive, because we can be positive and like, I'm gonna say it but not really mean it, kind of thing. But if you mean it, that's a different ballpark altogether. Ballpark, ballpoint, what is a ballpark? I don't even know. It's a saying though, isn't it? That's a different ballpark. What is ballpark? What is a ballpark? I'm going to have to search that out. That's going to really bug me now. Ballpark. A place where ball games, especially baseball games, are played. So a different, if I put in a different ballpark, a different ballpark, something totally unrelated or of a vastly different scale or scope. Playing flight sim and flying a real airplane are in a different ballpark. Fine, okay, fair enough. So I did get it. I did it in the right context. Sometimes, you know, it's an idiom, isn't it? An idiom or a phrase, which I tell you what I like to do. I like to mix phrases up sometimes and just see the expression on people's faces. Almost like it's just really grinded their brain because it doesn't fit. And I've done it on purpose. And it just doesn't. It's like, why did you say that? It doesn't make sense. Yeah, but the original thing is just nonsensical sometimes. I had a friend who said, "Oh, no good deed goes unpunished." That was his thing. He loved saying that. Not the most positive fella, but he, you know, liked, no good deed goes unpunished. And I just like wait for a while, you know, maybe a few weeks, and say, no good deed goes without ice cream. And like, no, that's not it. What? No good deed goes without roller skating. No, this doesn't make sense. But neither does what you just said. No good deed goes unpunished. That doesn't make sense either, because it's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Like, okay, you can never do anything good without being punished for it. No, it's not how it works. Blimey. I should know. Well, we all know what I should know because I'm so perfect. There's a hero if you look inside your pants. Vinny has been really annoying today. We had an argument early hours. Early. I got up about 4 o'clock. And, you know, I basically had to trying to work on a website and then realise I'm going to have to shut everything down, delete all this stuff, give refunds, all these different things, try and get the website back to a degree of normality. But no, Vinny, instead of staying in bed like he normally does, he starts whining and hassling me. And he didn't want anything, he was just bored. And I kept telling him, like, just give me some space. I'm trying to focus here. Because quite often I don't need to focus. When I need to focus, I need to be left alone. Like, super focused, which is what I was then, what I was trying to be, then that's when I need to be undisturbed. You know, as an example, if I'm making a phone call on behalf of someone else, so my neighbour opposite, I'll make a phone call for him. Did that the other day regarding his, I don't know what it was for. I think it was a council or something. So he wanted me to do it, and I was on loudspeaker, so he could hear. It was on his phone, and just doing it. But he started talking to me like, shh. Because I can't focus on someone talking to me while another person's talking to me. It might seem strange not being able to listen to two voices at the same time, but you've got to remember, I've got to accommodate all the other voices in my head. Me. I remember years ago when I was a counsellor. Hard to believe, it's true. I was a counsellor, and we used to have these training mornings on a Saturday. You know, every month or every couple of months there'd be like a training morning, and it was all part of the continuous professional development (CPD) of being a counsellor. And we needed to do this as part of a professional practice. It's one of those things to be a member of the BACP. So I'd go along, there'd be a room full of counsellors, maybe about 20 counsellors, and there'd be a talk on a particular subject, maybe child protection, or just maybe a new form of therapy, or it could just be lots of things like transference, or it could be the law, or whatever, just whatever subject they decide to bring up, choose to talk about. And then sometimes we'd break into groups, and the whole thing wouldn't last more than about 4 hours, so it'd be like 10 till 1, something like that. 9 till 1. I realise 10 till 1's 7 hours, but 9 till 1, so that's 3 hours. So yeah, I remember this one time we're going in to groups, and I pretty much knew everybody. You get to know people over time, and some of them I was at college with, some of them they were in a different year to me, but I got to know them a little bit. Some of them worked at Mind, so I got to know them from working there. Some of them worked at the children's charity, so I got to know them from working there. And some of them I worked actually with them, like in the same building, maybe counselling rooms, because especially in the evenings we weren't allowed to be left on our own on the build. Well, the women weren't allowed to be left on their own. I don't think they really cared about the men, but so there was no lone working. So you'd be on your own in a room with a client, but on an evening, let's say for a 4-hour period, there had to be at least 2 people in the building, the counselling rooms. So if it's 3 hours, 4 or 3 hours. So if I had 4 clients booked, and the other person had 3 clients booked, we'd both still need to be there for 4 hours after 6 p.m. because, you know, everyone knows to behave before 6. I don't know why 6 is the cut-off. Maybe it wasn't. I might have made that up. And there was this one place that it was okay actually, because the big rooms, it was a mental health facility that was only operating during the day, like a walk-in thing. So in the evening we used it for counselling, and during the day as well. But in the evening, because there was no one else around, we had to stick, you know, if I only had 3 clients or 2, or one didn't turn up, I'd still have to wait there until we finished at 9 o'clock. Which is fine, but then you do that, you get to know the other counsellors, because every now and then there's an empty hour, or someone doesn't turn up, or and you end up spending the hour with them, chatting to them. I'm just trying to say I got to know quite a few of the counsellors. I just remember this one occasion, and they sat us down on a table, you know, because it's quite a big room. I don't remember where it was. Where was it? That's weird, isn't it? I just don't remember. Where was it? It was somewhere. It was definitely somewhere. Yeah. Oh, I know where it was, I think. I think it was where Mind's building was. But they moved from there. They moved from one, then they moved to another one. Then they expanded, had offices, had a mind offices, and then they moved to another building where they got rid of most of their counsellors. I love being part of Mind. It's such a great organisation, and I don't really do pride, really, but if I was going to be proud of anything, that would have probably been, I'm not proud, but I felt good in a sense. I didn't feel good financially because I wasn't really making any money, but it felt nice to be contributing and to feel that what I was doing was useful and helpful. That was nice, because it's the only time in my life, really, that I had that feeling. I didn't quite get it when I was selling car insurance or frying chips for people. I didn't get a sense of sort of fulfillment from that, or putting meters into boxes, or putting stickers on bits of meat, or cleaning toilets, serving alcohol from behind a bar, cleaning caravans, working a residential home, making porridge that no one wanted to eat, stacking shelves. Blimey. Oh, sitting on a security, on the reception as a security for 12 hours at a time as a security guard. Yeah, none of those things really gave me a huge sense of accomplishment for some reason. I didn't really. Yeah, even with the security, I mean, I was getting paid long hours, not great pay, but I was, if you doing 60 hours a week, sometimes more, it'd be okay money. It's definitely enough to live on from my lifestyle back then. But even though I just didn't have enough to live on when I was a counsellor, there was still that sense of, accomplishment. Like I was doing something that made a difference, maybe. I mean, when I first started doing security, I did have that a little bit, because it was in 1996 and Canary Wharf had just been blown up. It's true story. I lived in Stratford, and I'd moved in there in probably the January 1996, and I think it was the March, I'll just check the date actually, March, April, Canary Wharf bomb. I think it was a Wednesday. Was it a Wednesday? What? I got this completely wrong. It was the 9th of February 1996. It just shows you, doesn't it? I thought it was like later than that, but it wasn't. So it was the 9th of February. Was it what day? 9th of February, 29 years ago. Blimey. 29 years. I had nearly all my own teeth then. What day of the week? What day was it? It was a Friday. Oh. Okay. So this is not a very interesting story, but it's true. It's true. 40th day. I'm just put what day was it? Friday the 9th of 1996. February 9th, 1996 was the 40th day of the year, and there were 326 days remaining until the end of the year. The day of the week was Friday. If you're trying to learn French, then this day of the week in French is vendredi. Why? Why would you? Why? That's a bit random. I applied to work in security So I was working at Butlins, but I was still kind of, so I was there, and then I moved back to London, and I found somewhere to live, and I was unemployed, and I was so bored, and I just didn't want to be unemployed. I just didn't want to be sitting around. So I started looking for a job, and I went to the job centre and everything. Or did I look in the paper? Maybe a bit of both. Now, I just thought security maybe, because I'd done one shift for my brother back in 94, maybe 94, Christmas, and my brother was 94. I lose track of time, but it was around that time, and he was a security guard, and he just said, did I want to do a shift? And based on the little amount of money I had coming in, I thought, yeah, why not? It's only for a night, and I'd never done it before, and I didn't mind it actually. So I thought I could do that, sitting around. I mean, if I'm sitting around now, this is me back then, not me right now. Although I am sitting around right now. But back then I was thinking, well, if I'm sitting around not getting paid, why don't I just sit around and get paid? Now, security would have been perfect for me now, with the internet and with all the technology, because back then it was so boring. There's nothing to do. I mean, okay, reading a book, but I just always found reading difficult if I was trying to stay awake. Reading a book it's never been it was never the cure for insomnia. A cure for insomnia, that's the wrong word. It's the opposite to that, isn't it? It's a completely different ballpark, you might say. It was, I could, if I needed to stay awake, reading a book was not the solution. That's what I'm trying to express. So I thought, I'll get a job. Just maybe go and see if there's anything in the insurance. I keep saying insurance. Security. So I did. I went for a job interview in a security company, and I mean, I didn't have a suit to wear. I think I might have worn trousers. I mean, I definitely wore something below. I didn't walk around with nothing on, but just a t-shirt. What's wrong with that? No. But I did go in, and I didn't give a good impression of myself. I think they were looking for someone that was going to be a bit more serious, perhaps, and I wasn't that person. Wasn't quite what they were looking for. So I had the job interview on I think it was the Tuesday, or maybe the Wednesday. Tuesday or Wednesday. They phoned me up. I don't know if they phoned me or they didn't text me, because we didn't have mobile phone. Well, I didn't have a mobile phone back then. They were around, but not many people had them. There was no email, so they must have been a phone call, unless they sent a letter. That's possible. I can't remember. Anyway, they turned me down. They said, no. That's what it said on the letter. No. Are you kidding me? No. Why'd you waste our time? No. Why did you have to fart like that before you left the room? No. I can't believe you brought a tuna fish sandwich to eat during the interview. No. So, can't believe you walked in on stilts. No, 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 no. So, but it's kind of one of those. I don't think I gave a good impression of myself. I mean, the Sean Connery impression I thought was quite good, but they weren't interested in that. That's a weird thing. I just found a weird thing on my hand. It's a finger. Don't worry, just my thumb. So I get there in this interview, and I can't remember what I did. I might have just been a bit cocky. I just might have just answered honestly. Because at this stage, I wanted to get a job, but I didn't need to get a job. So I wasn't being pressured. I'd only been unemployed for, blimey, a month or so. So, and I wasn't being given hassle to get a job. But I was bored. And daytime television back then isn't anywhere as exciting. Oh dear, I can't finish that sentence. It's nowhere as amazing and enjoyable as today's daytime television. Plus, we didn't have streaming. We didn't have the internet. Nothing, so that, no YouTube, no. I mean, there was Blockbusters, I guess. I suppose, yeah, there must have been. There was Blockbusters and video shops and stuff. But I was living in a little room. I didn't have my own video recorder or videotape recorder. I'm not sure if I even had a television. I probably did, like a little television or something like that. So, yeah, there wasn't a lot to do. Plus, it was kind of still winter. It was January, I mean, now we're in March. It's the 1st of March, 2025. So I went to this interview not with an attitude of an attitude for the sake of it. I don't care. I wasn't like that. I wasn't just walking and flopping my arms everywhere. But I wasn't desperate. And I was interviewed by two men that I think they both co-owned the company. One of them seemed to like me, and the other one really didn't seem to like me. I don't think he was my biggest fan. And they were interviewing quite a few people. They really didn't need me. Their attitude as well. Well, I don't know if their attitude. I mean, I did speak to one of them later on in the story, but I don't want to spoil the story. But I didn't come across very well, apparently. So that was the Tuesday, probably so that would say Friday, no, probably Tuesday or Wednesday. So that would be maybe the 7th of February 1996. Had the job interview maybe Tuesday, and by Wednesday or Thursday got a letter saying no, thank you. Friday, I was sitting at home with my landlady. I think we're just chatting, or I might have been upstairs studying parts of the catalogue. I'm not sure. Anyway, the whole house started to shake. Really, really loud sound, and the house was shaking. Never before nor since experienced anything like it. And really, I think we both thought it was an earthquake. I mean, London's not known for its earthquakes. It's not famous for that. But it's very, very strange. And it was a little bit like, you know, those supersonic planes that go past. It was a little bit like that, but louder, and it stayed. And it was like, and the house shook, like, what? So we go outside, and it's kind of strange because looking down the road, lots of people were just coming outside their front door looking puzzled and bewildered, or just bewildered, or just puzzled. You don't need both, I guess. Mind you, the bloke next door, he was looking a bit horny, but hey, I don't know, who knows what's going on. So I was like, oh. And we're just all looking at each other like, what the heck was that? No one knew. And this is, you know, bearing in mind, no internet, no. Now you just look at your phone, wouldn't you? And you'd know within seconds something has just happened. We didn't have that. But it was on the news pretty much instantly. And we didn't have the news on, but someone shouted, "Look at your television!" Although I think, because my landlady's husband was the manager of a tube station, so I think he might have phoned her up just to see if she's alright, because being quite close to Canary Wharf, which we were, I mean literally, yeah, very close really, not like right next to it, but it's not far, it's not a long distance. And because that whole Docklands area is part of East London, and it was just nothing there. I mean, it used to be the docks, and then it just turned into nothing really going on there for years, until they decided to build on it and make it the financial hub of, I think they were trying to make it a financial hub of the world. I'm not sure how they got on, but it's a big old place what they've got there. Anyway, I get a phone call Monday morning. It might have even been Saturday morning, but I think it was Monday morning. It might have even been Sunday morning or Sunday afternoon, but quite not long after the old blast went off. It wasn't the same day, but probably, I would say probably about Monday. And they phoned the house number, you know, my landlady says, "Jason." I don't know why she spoke like that. It wasn't a normal voice. It's like, I don't think she just gave her a kick. She found my name. I can't even speak. So I go down the stairs, because there was this cabinet just in front of the stairs. Not right in front of the stairs. It wasn't an obstacle so much. It would be if you had really, really, really large legs. You know, but if my belly, if I was really, let's say if I was 2 foot tall, then I'd struggle to get my belly through there at times. But because I've only got like stick insect legs, I'm okay. Stick insect legs, blimey. I've got quite thin legs. Well, they're not thin. Sexy, I like to think. No one else agrees with me. Anyway, so I'm going down the stairs. I mean, I don't know why I need to include this part of the story, going down the stairs. I mean, what else? I was like, well, I was laying on the bed, I put my slippers on. I don't know, because I probably was upstairs at this point when the phone rang. And I'd normally ignore the phone, because the only people really that had my number would be family members, and there'd be no reason for them to call me. But yeah, it was like, "Jason, it's for you." I said, "Okay, who is it?" "I don't know." So I go downstairs and I might put my hand on the banister. I don't remember. Again, I mean, it's like, well, what's that matter? Well, you know what? There was like 5 cats living in that house. And if the cats weren't asleep on the stairs, which they often did, then there was shoes left on the stairs. Not by me or the other man living in the house. See, I'm a bit messy, but I do not leave anything obstruction stairs. My whole life, not done that. I mean, it's not just because I fell down the stairs and fractured my back. That was a couple of years ago. You know, all times before that, I would never put stuff on the stairs. Just an obvious thing, but not to everyone. Especially not to these cats. And you know, it's partly because I didn't want to trip, but also I didn't want to stand on the poor little things. It's bad enough being stood on when you're prepared for it, but when you're asleep, why would you be prepared to be stood on? Stood on? So I go down the stairs. The banister was on the right hand side, and I can't remember. I think it was just one of those standard white banisters that went up the whole way. I think so, because as you look down, you could see the front door. I think it was a red front door, or green, or brown, or blue, and then it had a colour. There was a colour on it, and then the living room front door, the living room door was just on the right hand side. It was often open. And there was this phone. I think it was a pay phone. It was a normal house phone. No, it was a normal house phone, and they put in a pay phone so that they could pay for everyone, so they could cover the cost of the phone, like the phone bills. And then when the landlady or landlord wanted to use the phone, they would just use a separate phone, like a separate phone line. Yeah. I think it was locked in a cupboard. Again, I'm not sure if that's true. Sounds like it might be. So I'm going down the stairs. I've got my slippers. I think at this point I had these big furry... Did I have furry slippers? Because I went through this little stage where I liked weird slippers. I had one where it was like a big furry monster, and I had another one where it was a gorilla. I think I tried some slippers that were ducks. And at the moment I've got pink Crocs. So I think it's nice to just be adventurous with footwear, indoors footwear. Although, blimey, I got caught off guard the other day. My neighbour downstairs, who got broken into, she phoned me up and said, "My alarm's gone off in my flat. Can you just check?" She got like alarms on the windows now, and can you just check the windows, see if anyone's tried to force them open or anything? So I go downstairs. I've got my top on, and I'm like trying to. So I'm going out. I go out the back, nothing there. I go out the front. Of course, there's going to be people around, so I'm kind of trying to I'm trying to look tough and mean. No, I'm just trying to. I'm thinking, okay, because I lost a little bit of weight, a bit slimmer. I feel, oh, you know, definitely a catch for someone. I'm not sure quite who, but and I got my torch, because I think it's probably like 4, so it's not dark, but it's good to have a torch to see in the crooks and the crannies of things, like, you know, especially with windows and that. So I'm walking there, kind of posing, and there's this lady, she's got a dog, she's the other side of the road, and I'm not posing, you know, I'm not like just standing against the wall with one elbow up, smoking a pipe with me trilby hat on or any, you know, flipping a nickel, nipping a flipple. I don't know what either of those mean. So I wasn't doing that, but I was just walking. I thought, okay. I felt a bit confident. A bit like, well, I've lost some weight. I've been doing weights every day for, pretty much since last summer. So it's kind of regularly, but it's a long way to go, but I'm definitely in physically better shape than I was as far as body-wise, maybe not cardiovascularly. And I'm thinking, okay. And I smile at her, and I realise I'm wearing my pink Crocs in public. And no matter what I do, that's the only thing that's going to be remembered by someone that sees me. So it's not going to be, oh, this neighbour smiled at me. He's the one who used to be a bit overweight, but he's lost some weight and he's looking a bit healthier now. And no, it's not. It's going to be this weirdo with pink Crocs asked me for a date. No, I didn't ask for a date, but I'm just, yeah. And the thing is, because I was on the phone to the neighbour, because I said, like, well, I'll take you down with me and I'll look while you're on the phone. I didn't give the normal attention that I normally give when I'm about to leave the flat. And one of those things is don't go down those stairs with Crocs on without being very observant, because that's how I ended up falling down the stairs. It's not just the Crocs, but it was the rushing around and not paying attention to what was going on. And I have to be careful about that. I need to make sure that I'm attentive. So I'm going downstairs. I answer the phone. It's one of those, I don't know if some of you might not even know about these phones. Some of you will remember them very well. First of all, they used to be connected. There used to be a wire from the phone into the phone, like from the hand receiver to the phone. It was one part went to your ear, the other one part kind of bent around a little bit towards your mouth, the old phones. And curly wire, so it used to get tangled. There's something quite nice about just like holding it and letting it drop and letting it just like spin around and untangle itself. It was quite nice. One of my favourite things to do. I remember last time I did that, that's when I decided I'd need to get myself a job. If this is entertaining me, I need to get a hobby or something. I need to get out of the house. Plus, I was a young man back then. I was still only 25. So it wasn't like I was, 25. I didn't want to just be indoors. That's bored. I wanted to be doing something. So, anyway, I got this phone call. So I'm going down the stairs. Who is it? Don't know who it is. Some bloke called Tom. I said, I don't know anyone called Tom. Do I owe any money to anyone called Tom? Couldn't think. Anyway, so I answer the phone. I go down. I get to the end. It's a very big staircase, this. Honestly, it took me about 20 minutes to get down. I was knackering. I kept saying, we should need to get an escalator or a lift. We laughed. And I said, hello, who's that? I said, it's Tom. Yeah. Don't need more information than that. He said, do you still want a job? So I'm thinking it's the job centre. It's like, it's a bit unprofessional. Just to phone me up and say, do you still want a job? I thought, that's a bit weird. I said, well, what do you mean, do I still want a job? I never wanted a job. I hate working. He didn't laugh at that. He said, you had an interview last week. I said, yeah, and you turned me down. You sent me a letter. And he said, well, things have changed. I said, well, you suddenly realised that I'm an amazing catch and any employer would be grateful and, very lucky to have me in their employment. He said, no, there was a bomb. I said, a bomb? He said, yeah, Canary Wharf. I said, I know about a bomb at Canary Wharf. I live just up the road. He said, he wasn't interested. I was going to tell him about how I was in the living room, or the kitchen, I think it was, with my landlady just chatting, and the house started to shake, and I was going to go into the whole thing. He wasn't interested. He sort of said, no, can I stop you there? I said, okay. He said, do you want a job? I said, I don't know, it depends. He said, well, we need to know because it starts Monday. No, it starts Wednesday, something like that, or Thursday. It's like literally I had one day to go up and collect the uniform, which was in the West End somewhere, and then I started the next day, and I would be working every day for a month. It was a short-term contract, not with them, but with the Canary Wharf. So basically, they increased their security by about 10 times, if not more than that. And so that bomb got me a job. And part of my job was searching people's bags. I was actually in the Canary Wharf building itself. And I was in the newspaper group, the Mirror Group section. So they had about three or four, not stories, floors. But every single floor was covered. And it wasn't all the same security company either. Multiple security companies. It was like, honestly, I think there's more security guards than there were people. That doesn't make sense because security guards are also technically people, aren't they? So that wouldn't make sense. But yeah, you know what I mean, roughly. Great time to have a plane go past. Anyway, wonder why that's peeling. So I said, yeah, all right then. Immediate start. As soon as I got uniform. It was just there was no hat. It was like lapels and probably not trousers, or maybe trousers. Shirt. There's definitely a jumper involved. Definitely a jumper. I can't remember what else there was. In fact, they might have just given it to me at Canary Wharf. I can't remember. So I went there. I did every single day for all the way through April. So February and March, all the way through February and March, I think I did every day. Including Saturdays, Sundays, every day, 12 hours a day, which is... So that's 60 hours a week. 12 times by 5, 60, 70, 80. That's more than 25 hours a week. So yeah, it was definitely it was kind of tiring, and that job wasn't sitting around doing nothing. It was standing up all day long, most of the time, checking bags and just standing there. It wasn't very interesting, but I was getting paid. It was an okay wage, the okay hourly rate. So it's probably the most I'd ever earned. Well, no, it wasn't, and as an hourly rate, no, it still wasn't. Was it? I can't remember. It might have been. Yeah, it might have been. So I did that. That's how I kind of got into insurance security. Blimey, it's all part of me wants to talk about insurance, but I don't. I don't know what part wants to, but I know I don't. And then they started to ease up on the security, started to cut back. And I think in April they moved me to a different site where I did get to sit down a lot, which is good. How did I get talking about security? Insecurity. It's weird, isn't it? Insurance and security, insecurity. How did I get talking about security? I don't know. I think I was... Yeah. I was just talking about that, trying to listen to lots of people at the same time. At that table, at that counselling meeting that we did, the training, continuous professional development training, Saturday morning, something like that. And they sat down, and there was like, I think 5, 6 of us, and they were all talking over each other at the same time, but no one seemed to notice. It's almost like they were able to have a conversation, multiple conversations, simultaneously. And I don't know how anyone can do that. I mean, I struggle. If I'm in a room, I'm not normally in a room with lots of different people, but I have been in the past where there's maybe been 4 or 5 people, and I end up having 2 different people talking to me at the same time. It's impossible. It's an impossible situation. I just can't do it. Sometimes I have to say, look, I can't listen to both of you. One of you shut up, and the other one, can you talk about something different? I don't know. I can't do both. I can't. I would think that's just a human thing, but maybe some people can. I've met people that seem to be able to do that, where they can listen to multiple conversations and have multiple conversations going on at the same time. Even inside my own brain, I only have one conversation going on at a time. And, I've got a tendency, I've been doing this my whole life, I imagine a whole dialogue of what might happen if I think of, if that person did that, or if this scenario happened, and then I have the whole dialogue happens. It's more verbal, than action. Not a lot of action involved, and sometimes it's like I have the whole conversation, and it can go on for quite a while sometimes, which may surprise you. that my brain naturally creates conversations, random conversations about nothing. Yeah, maybe that's not that surprising. Been like that since I was a kid. I don't quite know why. Oh dear, people love... It's really strange. I'm not even going to Facebook. It's the... I'm not going to bother. That's it, I think. That's all the information I've got. That's me caught up to date. I think little Vinny wants to pop out for a wander, so I think I'm going to do that now. And then I'm going to have some tea cakes and a cup of tea. Oh yes, tea cakes and a cup of tea. Tea with tea cakes. And we do have boxing on tonight in Ireland. And then, boxing in America. But it's not just any old boxing. It's Tank Davis boxing tonight. So let's have a look. Boxing Day. Boxing Day? Oh dear. Okay, boxing schedule. So let's have a look. I'll just tell you who else is on. Boxing schedule, upcoming fights. And it's on Amazon Prime. Gervonta Davis versus Lamont Roach. Alberto Puello versus Sandor Martin. I like Sandor Martin. And Jose Valenzuela versus Gary Utwanel Russell. And Gary Russell. Why has he got his... Sure he didn't used to have his middle name. Sure he should just be called Gary Russell. Hey. So I'm going to be watching that. But it starts at like 1 in the morning, so I'm probably going to be getting up about 4 and going. I mean, the good thing about it being on Amazon Prime, it saves it anyway. So even if I don't watch it, if I just watch it back at 10 in the morning, I could. But I quite like watching it when it's live, if possible. So what I'll probably do is, depending on what time I wake up in the morning, I will watch it and maybe rewind it and watch the other stuff and fast forward through the little bits and the adverts and the chatter and stuff. Or, like I did the other day, a couple of weeks back, I woke up just in time for the actual main event. It was in America, but I woke up about 4:30. And I sat down just in time for the main event to start. So I thought I'll watch the undercard later. So I watched the fight. Brilliant, great. It's such a great way to start the day. I did that last weekend with the with the main fight, Beterbiev and what's his name? That was on Saturday night in Dubai or Riyadh season, and I watched the main fight, the main card, when I woke up the next day with my breakfast, because I had to go to bed. So that was nice. So that's my plan. That's today. So now I'm gonna take the little monkey out, and then I'm going to have some tea cakes. It's currently 3:27 in the afternoon, and yeah, I'll probably maybe try have a pizza or something while I'm watching the boxing. Treat myself. And that's it. So thank you everyone for listening. Remember to be kind to yourself, be gentle with yourself, because you do deserve to be happy. Lots of love. Bye. As soon as I say bye, he gets up. Always, don't you, Vinny? Yes, you do. Oh, my bum is aching.